Now, in the studio this afternoon, I got Liz Burnett from the Vale Council. Afternoon, Liz.
Hi, Joe.
And we're here talking about this. I've read the story about it, the new beach huts that you're building, or in the process of building, over Barry Island at the moment.
Yes, they are creating a lot of buzz, but it's only a small part of a much bigger regeneration. It's nearly £3 million in terms of work. But yes, the beach huts have had an awful lot of people talking about them.
Now, where did the idea come from about doing beach huts?
Well, when we first started looking at the regeneration of the island and what could be done, it was an idea that was mooted about, beach huts would look nice. But actually what we wanted to think about was, but what would actually beach huts add? We've seen in a lot of places that...
Yeah, I know you go to the seaside and you see them, the changing, like little changing rooms and stuff. You see them there, where I used to go to school down in Seaford in Sussex, just outside Brighton. They got them there.
Yes.
And there was a question I did actually ask you, could I ask it? Before, didn't I? I asked you, is it all right for me to ask this?
Yeah.
Now, down there, they actually sold them off.
Yeah.
And they're going for like £20,000. The question I did ask you, and you said it was all right for me to ask you this, are you going to sell them off?
Well, as I said to you, you can ask me any questions you want.
Yeah,
and the straightforward answer is absolutely categorically not.
No.
And when I said about we looked carefully at what we wanted to achieve on that end of the island, and why beach huts were a good idea, is we wanted actually to bring vitality. We wanted to be inclusive, so as many people as possible were able to use the beach huts, and that's why we're actually going to manage them ourselves, and they're going to be rented out either by day or maybe up to a week, but certainly not going to be sold off.
You're
to
not going to
sell.
sell. No, you're not going to sell them off to the highest bidder.
No, these are not for private profit.
No. And you were telling me that before. Earlier on in the show, you were telling me that there are two different sizes.
Yes, out further to the end of the Eastern Prom, there are smaller ones, more like sort of little changing room type size beach huts. And then back towards the Eastern Shelter, there are larger ones, probably about 10 foot square inside, and they can both be used as sort of traditional beach huts, but also, and this is something we want to try out, potentially as sort of market stall type beach huts, so that local craftspeople, artists, maybe other people that want to try out stuff,
good idea,
can take one as a craft stall.
Yeah, and it's not going to be rented. They're not going to be rented out for a certain part of the community. Certain part of the community. They're for everybody's use. Well, doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're discussing it tonight in committee in the council, and that's going to be an open discussion. We've put a report together that's available on the website about our initial thoughts and how it will be managed. But there's a period then after tonight's discussion up until it comes to cabinet. So if people think that maybe we've missed something out or there's a better way of doing it, then get in touch and tell us.
So you want the listeners as well to get involved and their ideas of what they could be useful.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can get in touch either direct to the council, through our Twitter feed, through our Facebook contact centre, so that if people sort of look at what we're doing and have any ideas on how we can make these have the greatest impact. It's a pilot for this year. We're going to see how it all works and then review it ready for next year. But this year we really want to see just how good they can be. And
so if you think your idea is a bit crazy,
yes,
still put it in.
Yeah.
You never know. It may come true. Anyway, we'll have a bit of music and I'll come back
Bro
to
Radio. Bro Radio.
In the studio this afternoon, talking to Liz Burnett about the beach huts over Barry Island. And there are other things that are going on as well, aren't there, Liz?
Yes, a whole range of things.
You were telling me about this wall.
Yes, it's the full name is a traversing wall. It's actually a sideways climbing wall. But people who've been down on the island recently might have seen stuff that looks like it spells out Anissa Barry Island, and actually that is a sideways climbing wall, but the letters, when you get up close, are made up of all sorts of handholds in different shapes. So they are things like starfish and flip-flops and butterflies and that sort of thing. So absolutely wonderful, and hopefully children will have a brilliant time climbing on it. And as I said, we've also got other things as well. So it's going to be hopefully a really exciting time once it's all finished.
Going back to the beach huts, when do you think, when are they going to be finished? You know, they're in the process of being built now, aren't they?
Yeah, I was there yesterday, and they were doing all the cladding on the outside.
Yeah.
The electricity and stuff is in. So we're looking at, you know, sometime July for the first rentals.
For the first rentals and
Yes.
that. And if people do want to rent them, they contact you via the council?
Well, obviously, once we've put the process in place, which
Yeah.
we're looking at the moment,
Right, yeah.
then we're hoping that there'll be an online or telephone booking service via the council. But we'll make sure that there's full details, and we'll certainly make sure Bro knows all about the details in advance, so that people have got an opportunity to get one for themselves.
So, and you want them to be used for all different walks of life, and you know, for all different things, as you said, you know, stalls, and for people to use, rent out as daily or weekly, and
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, part of the thinking is it's a bit of a balance. Any sort of surplus we make over the costs of cleaning and letting and that sort of
Yeah.
thing actually is specifically going to go back into regeneration projects. So it will support regeneration further in the Vale.
So it's like they're going to do two things.
Yes.
People are going to have pleasure with them.
Yes.
And as you said, the surplus money is going to go back into regenerating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because it's a balance, we knew, as I said, if we go right back to the start of the conversation,
Yeah.
that if we sold them off to the highest bidder, we
That
could
would be
probably,
it.
we
That
could
would
probably
be it.
make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we want as many people as possible to really be able to enjoy these, and not to sort of look up from the beach and say, oh, it's just a select few that can get those. That's not what we're about. We're about regeneration. To me, is not just about building things, it's about the whole process of how do you help people to enjoy themselves, to move forward, help the town to develop, that sort of thing. So that's the thinking. Hopefully we've got it right, but we're open to suggestions.
You know, as you say, it's early stages. You've
Yes.
never done this before, so you know you might not please everyone, but
I've got no doubt we some people won't be happy, but hopefully
Yeah.
from the reaction, when the planning application first went in for all this stuff, I think it's the first time most of our planners have seen people phoning up to say how much they liked it. So hopefully when it's all finished, they'll like it just as much.
I haven't actually seen them myself yet. I have to go over there and have a photograph taken outside
Yes.
one of them.
Yes.
The Jeff Selby suite. No. But no, it sounds a very, very good project actually, and hope it all goes well for you. And as I say, I haven't been over there, and there are other things going on over the island as well. You know, you are regenerating the island itself, aren't you? Doing other things over there as well.
Well, it's all part of a big jigsaw, really, and hopefully with the Eastern Promenade being renovated, then more people will get over there. That will actually increase the attraction of Nels Point, so hopefully we'll get positive developers. We've got the second road coming in this time next year, hopefully, and that also will have major impact. So, you know, hopefully bit by bit we put the pieces of the jigsaw together.
The jigsaw puzzle's coming together,
Yes.
and it's going to make Barry Island.
Hopefully, yes.
Yes. Thank you very much, Liz, for coming in this afternoon and having
Thank
a
you,
chat.
Jeff.
It's been a pleasure. I know we've had a laugh off air as well. It's been a pleasure. And you've actually been sitting here watching me and didn't realise a radio presenter did all what he does.
I'm stunned.
Yeah. I tell you what, Liz, press that button there.
Which one? That one?
That one there.
Pro Radio.